I don't have guilty pleasures. I am guilty pleasure. We got flued out. We are in the kitchen of Maker's Mark, and we're so excited. I'm getting less excited by the moment. If I have a bottle to open, I use like just a designated bottle opening tool.
I do have one of those too.
Well, you just had to make me look like a fool in front of the audience, didn't you? Can't help yourself.
Really can't.
That's what you get for that deranged sabotage. Hey boys and girls, welcome back to Hot Girl Kitchen.
I'm Melissa.
And I'm Matt.
And today, before we jump into alcohol poisoning, I just want to remind everyone that there's just something...
Still some work to be done.
There's just something about you guys when you go on our page and just blatantly, casually don't subscribe. It's just...
obscene.
I can't say enough terrible things about it. So I just need you guys to grow up and get a Gmail account, which all of you probably have, and just
little
sign
known
on
fun
in.
fact, if you have a Gmail, you have a YouTube, because Google owns YouTube, or the other way around. I imagine Google does the owning. Google owns YouTube. So if you have a Gmail account, you already have a YouTube account. So it's time to quit being lazy, stop making excuses.
We've heard enough.
Yeah, and now that we've offended all of you,
let's go.
Let's
baby.
jump in. So, since so many of you are returning avid fans, you remember that we have had a Moscow Mule on the channel in the past. And
you probably remembered that we said there are tons of different mules.
Yes.
So, quick recap. A rum mule is a Cuban mule. A gin mule is a London mule. A tequila...
No offense to the British, but I hate gin. That was awful British accent.
But you like aviations.
Right. But I don't know that I guess we'll have to try
I feel
it
like
sometime.
you like gin cocktails. You just don't
like gin itself.
Yeah.
Mexican mule.
Tequila.
Sorry for that interlude.
And then, really to round it out, we are today going to be visiting down south for a Kentucky mule.
Yes. We got flued out, and we are in the Maker's Mark kitchens. They gave this to us straight from their barrels. They gifted it, and we're excited to... What are we excited to do? Drink.
Get alcohol poisoning.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot.
The one brain cell really gets you sometimes.
Yeah.
So today, not only are we going to be doing a Kentucky mule, but we're going to be doing a
twist.
Yes, a blackberry pomegranate Kentucky mule. So for this situation, you can ultimately make any mule, whatever flavor you want. We're
just choosing like a warmer flavor to really play off
with the bourbon.
Like, if you remember, in our Moscow Mule, we did cucumber jalapeno. I think that's what we did. The fans can confirm or deny, the avid fans, because those flavors really pair well with vodka. Now, I would not really put a cucumber with bourbon. That sounds gross. Does it not?
I mean, maybe we'll experiment later down the road, but today is not the day.
Certainly not. Another thing I would think would be interesting is like cinnamon. Maybe next time.
That would definitely warm some things up.
Warm some things up. Give you that warm, tingly sensation that we love so much.
So, with further ado, I guess...
Without further ado.
What he said, I guess we'll let you know what the ingredients are since you're dying to get alcohol poisoning. So, like we said, you're going to need your bourbon. Any bourbon will do. Bourbon. You're also going to need some organic pomegranate juice. If it's not organic, gross. You're going to need...
We stomped this out of the pomegranate seeds ourselves.
Squeezed it.
And the Trader
Labeled
Joe's.
it. Yeah. Some fresh blackberries. Some lemon, because all Kentucky Mules do have lemon in them.
Similarly to how all Moscow Mules have lime.
And you can't make a mule without your...
Sure can't. Ginger beer.
So let's get the party rocking. We're going to add...
Never heard that expression before.
We're going to add 5 blackberries to each one. Then we're going to use a quarter of a lemon. And with that, let's add 1 ounce of pomegranate juice each.
Just a splash for some flavor, but you don't want it to overpower. And this is like pretty concentrated, this pomegranate juice.
And then, before we do our bourbon, we're going to go ahead and muddle.
And you don't want to muddle it in the alcohol because apparently it's inappropriate. It's called bruising. Cruising for a bruising.
And normally we would be cruising for one of those, but not today, I guess.
Not right now. Maybe later.
So we're just going to do 1 full ounce of the bourbon.
That's all? Well, apparently less than 1 because half of it is on the countertop. Girl, you really can't get it together right now. It's because she hasn't had anything to drink yet.
So we'll just
she's
do 1
like,
1/2.
she's getting a little shaky.
So 1, and then we'll add another little half in there. And I guess it's time for some ice. Now we're going to fill the rest of it up with our ginger beer, which looks like it's going to take 1 full bottle here.
Yeah, these are like little minis. Perfect for a single serving. Even though I spilled half of it,
it's
still perfect. At least one thing is going for us today. Look what we have here.
Looks like we're ready to jump right into our fall fabulous blackberry pomegranate Kentucky Mule.
Alcohol poisoning fall edition. Ooh, that just warms your insides right up, girl, doesn't it? That's delicious.
I love a mule.
I really do too. Maybe I would be opening.
Are you opening?
Opening the door to more opportunities because I'm open to trying all of the mules that we have to offer.
And don't you worry, we will be back with something else. A couple different
If you're lucky.
guys.
There will be a brief hiatus. You know, this isn't Hot Girl Mules channel. You know, we have to work some other things in. But, you know, if the fans are really having a burning desire,
which they are,
for more mules, like, it can be sooner than later.
And you know what? Your fave has never tried bourbon, doesn't know what a pomegranate is.
Your fave doesn't even know the difference between whiskey and bourbon, which we now know. So that really separates us from the rest of the pack.
From your fave. So don't be like your fave. Like and subscribe. Make this mule. Don't be rude.
Drop a comment below any mules you'd like to see in the future. Or just like fan love. Like, I love you guys. You know.
Alright. Bye.
Bye now.
Real hot girl shit.